So what is you guys' plan?
We're still suspending the kobolds
Yes.
in the air. We're running away, and he's going to touch the blue one, right?
Yes,
With Mage Hand.
the blue one with Mage Hand, as we run away.
Okay. So as you're running away and you're crossing the pit and you come back, you notice that the mist is still misty, and you touch the blue one.
Okay.
That's it.
Nothing happens?
You touch the blue one.
All right, I do the orange one.
You touch the orange one, and you touched it.
Do the yellow one.
I do the yellow
You
one.
touch the yellow one, and you touched it.
Touch them all three at the same time.
I touch them all.
You touch all three? Are you just like spinning or not touching the
Yes.
floor or something?
Yes.
Okay.
Is there
touched 'em.
anything in there that I can see? Any button? Anything?
Um.
I'm gonna investigate.
So basically, you notice that if you touch a color, it looks like this thing leads to a different area depending on the last color you touched.
I touch the blue, and let's go run through.
All right, let me see where blue
As we
leads.
sing that. I touch the blue, and then we run through. I solved the puzzle.
My favorite hobby is playing Dungeons and Dragons. I like to do it with my friends. I'm their dungeon master, so I'm basically kind of the first among equals. I just set the tone of the story and I referee it as well.
I do it all. Dungeon master, game player, everything. I've been playing D&D for 10 years, and it's been a big hobby of mine for a long time.
Evil. I am Dungeon Master, your guide in the realm of Dungeons and Dragons.
A dungeon master is one part of the entire group of people who play D&D.
What dungeon masters will do, like they'll write the story and they'll, I don't know, man. They just fucking write the story.
They set up what the story is going to be and how everybody else at the table is going to play in it. So the players have their own motivations and they bring that to the table. They don't just say, oh, I do whatever because it's a make-believe world. They play as their character and they try to get into it.
I would say the players affect the story dramatically because no matter how much you plan for something to happen, you know, the players could do something entirely different, which is totally fine. And, you know, it's their world just as much as it is your world. And you never want to railroad, which is like put somebody on a track to go one way where they do exactly what you want them to do.
A good DM is always going to say yes to the players, and they're always going to say, okay, well, even if you can't do that, maybe that's just not how physics works, let's see how it can work out.
Let's just go through this fucking
Blue when we go through.
Blue when we go through.
All right, so you're not going through the O?
No.
No.
Okay, all right.
Oh,
All right, just making
no,
sure.
no.
Just making sure.
I don't
Are you
wanna
sure?
touch that.
We're all gonna die, aren't we?
A really good trait is kind of feeling out what the party is thinking. So, you know, if people aren't really liking what you're doing, you want to kind of shift everything in a different direction. You want to, you know, sometimes something doesn't work, which sucks because you put a lot of time behind it, but you don't want to just be sitting there narrating a story. Setting the atmosphere, I mean, I think is really important. I like being able to put on like music or sound effects is definitely cool because sometimes, you know, maybe I'm not able to explain a certain noise that somebody's never heard before. I think also not being so uptight about the rules is always great. You know, there are rules in place, but even the people that have created D&D, you know, they say in the book, you don't have to follow the rules to the degree that people think you have to. Make up the rules as you go sometimes. You know, if a character is going to die, maybe don't kill them. Maybe they're saved by something miraculous.
You want to have a cohesive sort of module or a sort of mini story arc that you can run through. I have a lot of notes, a lot of maps, random generators for names and towns and just the sort of filler that you need to make a world seem alive. You have to read ahead of time. If you're reading from like a pre-made module or from your own notes, you have to make sure, okay, this is where this is, this is where that is, and I'm going to be prepared for when they explore this. It's not going to be if, I mean, they will. And even if they don't do it now, they might do it later.
I use the internet a lot. One of the community websites I've been using recently, DM's Guild, it's actually really cool. A lot of people, they can put their content up there, write up whole campaigns, or write up traps, riddles, and that's definitely takes a lot of time to make 100 riddles for people to use. For me, I don't have enough time to do all that. I like to be able to do other stuff. So it's nice to be able to have all those resources out there. It just kind of depends. Sometimes I really don't prepare at all. You just kind of fly with it. I really just sit down and I think about where everybody's at. If somebody has a particular goal in mind, they want to kill somebody, or they want to save the world, or they want to defeat this demon, you know, I want to put their ideas into the world so they can have fun, because that's mainly what the Dungeon Master is going to want to do, is incorporate the players so they have a lot of fun, but also be able to create your own world so you kind of be able to world build with them. I guess when it boils down to it, an ideal session would be just escaping from whatever you deal with every day. It's almost like a meditative thing to do. You know, having to work 40 hours a week and having all these responsibilities. You just want to be there with your friends, having fun regardless of what happens. You guys are all just getting together to escape from reality for a little bit.
D&D is whatever you want it to be. It's like advanced hanging out. You're just chilling with your friends and you're just telling a story together. If, as a DM, you treat it like a sort of solo journey, I do not see you as having a fun time. D&D is a collaborative experience. The story does not take place until you and the players all create it together.
Do you want to relay this information to the folks downstairs, or?
Righto, that skull with a crock of shit.
What? Wait, what?